For those of you that have completed the focus acrostic and worked an opportunity, you've gone through your strategy, you think you have the whole opportunity in mind, there's a second piece that is the action step. It's called Plan, Do, Study, Act. This is not something that I came up with. It's been used a lot in healthcare. There are a lot of places where focus, Pdsa, Plan, Do, Study, Act, can be used. But I think one of the locations we can do it is in the local church. It allows for an iterative, cyclic process for improvement. No matter how good the opportunity we've come up with, things change, new discoveries happen, and you want to be able to highlight or improve upon the current opportunity. So I used my feeding program as the example in Focus, and you can also pull out your opportunities if you have them with you. If not, go do Focus and come to this one. This is the action step. So let's talk about plan. The first plan, do, study, act. So plan, our first step, we're still not quite doing anything, but we have all of this knowledge base. So you're going to set up the schedules. You're going to set up the goals and how are we going to measure how we're doing. You're going to come through and really make the plan of action in a very, very organized way so that everyone can follow and we understand what's about to happen. You make the planning phase. Set it up, get going. I encourage people not to spend forever on planning because you've done all this hard work. Just make sure you have a process in place to measure and grow this opportunity. The next part's the do step. I don't have to spend too much time on do. Go do it. I do encourage, maybe as you've gone through opportunity, that you found that there are several pieces to it. Do them individually. You don't have to take on everything all at once. You may have to bring down the scope a little bit as you've realized, as you've done your planning, like, wow, we don't really have the resource to make all of that happen all at once. Okay, do a smaller step. That's okay. Practice certain areas perhaps. Maybe do a little like a pilot program. Just do those individual steps. For my example, the feeding program, maybe it's just at Monday, Wednesday, Friday to get started. Or maybe it's only 3 patients, not 15. The do step you can do iteratively. You can grow it. Once you've done it, have a timeline. I talked about the SMART goals. Have a deadline where you're going to go back and check. How are we doing? Is this working? The opportunity that we saw and the goals that we set, is that what wound up coming out the other end? Is that something that we got right? Have maybe a little checklist. Have a meeting after, maybe for my feeding program, it's after 3 months. We get together. What have been the successes? Certainly appreciate those successes. But you know, we didn't get Friday afternoons right. We didn't realize something. There's something that didn't work quite right. Go and explore those. That's okay. The next part is the A. Act to hold the gain, to make it even more sustainable. Do what you're doing right and keep going. But also act to change those things that didn't work right. And you can imagine what we call the Pdsa cycle. You plan it, you do it, you study what happened, and you act to hold the gain and make new changes and you make a new plan. I think a lot of these pieceworks, if you have a system that can iteratively improve and grow and really make it a robust program, this is how we're going to make our pieceworks highly sustainable and be able to be passed off to the next sector, area, state, nation, whatever it is. You want to provide a better product than what you started with, a new plan, a new lesson, where someone who can learn from you during their focus stuff, they're going to look to you and say, well, how did it work? You've gone through Pdsa, so you can give them the best program or the best opportunity statement that they can then work through. So focus is organizing your thoughts, understanding. Pdsa is the doing and the cyclic iterative improvement. So please use both of them. Be creative with them. I think the Plan, Do, Study, Act is something we intuitively know, but you want to put it down on paper. You want to make it concrete so you know that you're going back to make further improvements. Thank you very much.